on to your butts.
Yay! Star Wars Acolyte!
Oh, God help us!
Exhibit A.
You're all a bunch of hypocrites.
Star Wars is for everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Star Wars is for everyone.
Regardless of race.
Regardless of religion.
Regardless of gender.
Or identity.
And it always has been.
Did you wiry little twat?
Not every show, movie, comic book, collectible, or video game will be your favorite.
And that's okay.
Social media should be a place where we can share our love for the franchise.
Without being attacked for what we enjoy.
You started all of this. But I'm gonna finish it.
There is no room for bigotry.
Misogyny.
Or racism in the galaxy far, far away.
That's why when you feel alone in your fandom.
When someone attacks you for being who you are.
Remember, there are more of us.
There are more of us. There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
There are more of us.
Again.
You're all a bunch of hypocrites.
Fuck you.
Meanwhile.
Why do women ruin everything?
But wait! There's more!
Maybe that's what she means. She expects dancing.
I'm going viral on Twitter again. Open up the news. Some interesting things. 20 million views in review from 2018 with Trevor the King. When I was a
Colin Kaepernick called. Let's share back.
The story, you know the one. Oh, you smell like a black boy. Yeah, my people cried in the theaters. Finally releasing. Why people cry, they can see us as human beings. Trevor asked what I want, the people.
You're not a human being, woman. You're a piece of living cringe.
Yo, shout the season, God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Gets worse.
You know, I feel that our show was much more woman-centered than what I have previously seen.
I don't give a shit!
Yeah, I feel like we are part of a wave of more inclusive and more beautifully represented Star Wars shows.
You need to shut the up!
Fans that don't necessarily look like what you normally think like the traditional Star Wars fan looks like, because if there's anything that I learned from this show, it's that, you know, the Star Wars fan is varied.
What the hell are you talking about? Fool of a took.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Also.
You asshole. You asshole.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
I'm President Rathcock, and I approve this message.
comes up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons! I'm gonna come to the overflow room.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Dragon back at it again with another Tangent King podcast. And yes, today it had to start a little bit early because of some things out of my control. But we're still going to have a lot of fun. There's quite a lot of topics to talk about. But before that, let's get the intros right out of the way because this time we're going to start with Ryan. So go on ahead, sir.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and it's great to see you all watching today. It's great to be back on the Tangent King podcast, which is, well, the first two parts of that name are very good. The last part is fucking awful. That describes Dragonslayer in a nutshell. He's like 66% on point and 34% crap. But it's a good job.
That's called comedy.
I know. That's why me and Dragon are the 66%, and we've got Dobby here to make up the rest. So here's to a great talk, ladies and gentlemen, and now on to Dobby.
Hello. I'm
Fucking
just a
hell,
hologram.
Dobby.
You can call me Holly.
Could you introduce
How is
yourself
everyone?
any slower?
Wait, take two.
Welcome to the Tangent King podcast. We're going to rip the crap out of shows and we're going to play with sharks in the Coliseum, because why not? Make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe to everyone here. Make sure that you are subscribed. YouTube is having fun removing subscribers because they can. So we hope that you enjoy the show. There might be fruity language. No, there will be fruity language. We got Ryan here. So I hope everyone enjoys the show, and thanks for joining.
Yeah, and, for those of you on Rumble that aren't aware, I can actually see your goddamn comments this time, so please say something, okay? I know y'all are lurking.
Please spam a certain word that YouTube doesn't like.
Oh, God, no. I mean, nothing will happen. I'll see the spam, but man, that'll be funny. Well, so one thing I wanted to mention, which I do want to get this interesting, controversial annoyance out of the way, and that is the latest episode of The Acolyte. Now, one thing I know, right? I know. I'm sorry. Y'all are suffering with.
What episode are we on again?
The penultimate episode. Next week is the last one, and then we're done with this shit. All right?
As in number.
Seven.
Oh, they all fucking. They're all merging together at this point.
There is no flow to these episodes. What do you mean? Oh, God. No, yeah, I wanted to talk about this one specifically because even though we all know that these episodes are usually quite bad in terms of just pacing, story pacing, visuals, or sometimes action scenes, like, people always talk about, oh, but episode 5's action scene was so duper good. Like, no, it isn't. Okay, you compare it to the prequel trilogy fights, that shit is like kindergartners pretending to be Jedi. Okay, it just doesn't work. And with this episode in particular, what the general consensus seems to be is that it's episode 3, but with 10 more extra minutes of context added. Yay! That probably could have been put in.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
It was a shit show, obviously.
I'm just going to talk about Star Wars that we actually like, because I've recently been watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars again. Managed to blitz through the first season, and I also watched the Star Wars movie, the Clone Wars movie, which they shouldn't have made into a movie because you don't know the continuity, folks. Star Wars has had a problem with its continuity since the beginning. The originals 4, 5, and 6, prequels 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's very interesting. Then we got all the animated shows. And then we got the Disney buyout. But those pieces of programming are a heck of a lot better than this crap. They could have made this an animation.
Definitely. They could have.
I personally think, ladies and gentlemen, that what Disney Star Wars should focus on is just animate all your projects in a Clone Wars manner or in a Tales of manner. You can save lots of money and appeal to younger people, because let's face it, Disney likes young people in more ways than one. Enough of this live action bullshit, and start doing what Disney is best at doing, especially Disney Star Wars, because all of their best projects, folks, are animated.
I have to agree. No, I have to agree with you on that, because I mean, yeah, no, you're right, because every single project that I've liked from Star Wars was an animation in one way, shape, or form. Like Tales of the Jedi, for example, that one was
Disney
pretty...
Star Wars, Dragons.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars. Sorry, yeah. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Yes, Disney Star Wars. We're talking about here. The only good projects that we've gotten so far out of them are animations. Tales of the Jedi is a great example. There was also one where they let some well-known Japanese animation directors have their go at animating Star Wars for one episode each, and that was also pretty well done. Well,
didn't they do a Disney Star Wars anime? I forgot the name of it.
They tried. So that's what you're referring to is what I was just mentioning earlier. Visions. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, Visions. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Just basically anything that isn't this.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's unfortunate because the Acolyte, they want to go they're having this problem that Disney Star Wars has had for the longest time, which is that they want to go more down the mature route with this franchise, maybe go a little bit more in depth about their lore and situations and characters, but they can't separate that whole obsession with, we still want to, get all the kids to watch this stuff, but we also want all the adults. And here's the thing. You got to take your pick. You can't have one or the other in this case. It's next to impossible because all you get is a disaster.
If this was an animation, right, you could have had this exact same scene, and then one of the Jedi say to the other Jedi, "Why are you using a metal detector?" And then they could explain why they're using a metal detector to try and retrieve this object that is resistant to the Force.
Yeah, see, that's... Do you know, the question that I think I've talked with every person that is sort of this hopeful, as I call them, right? By hopefuls, I mean people like Star Wars Theory that they know that Disney Star Wars is in the shitter, and but they're still hoping that there'll be at least that one good project like Andor or seasons 1 through 2 of The Mandalorian. But the thing that they don't understand is the only reason those work is because whoever's involved in it, Disney doesn't try to force too much shit on them, and usually they're projects that they think are going to fail or that nobody's going to pay attention to. Now, Mandalorian struck gold, and Andor, unfortunately, could have, but didn't because of all the controversy surrounding Disney Star Wars.
Look, hopeful Star Wars fans at this point, Dragon, are like people who believe President Putin is in charge of Ukraine, okay? They're going to be right eventually, just not now.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. One thing I wanted to mention, right? Because I'll be hopping in between scenes and articles regarding this particular episode. But when I saw, what were your first reactions after watching the entire episode? Let's start this time with Dobby, because I need to do this evenly.
So I watched this episode. I screamed very loudly, more along the lines of, "What the fuck did we just watch?"
Oh man.
And then I rewatched it because I had to review it, and I'm like, this is the biggest pile of career-ending motherfucking bullshit that I think I've ever seen Disney try to pull off.
Mhm.
Walking around trying to detect the Force using a metal detector, climbing up a mountain within 5 minutes and not breaking a sweat, and then killing a Force ghost with a fucking lightsaber.
Mhm.
What a shit show.
Mm.
I mean, this wasn't bad. This was, hey, I'm Squid Game guy. I want to go kidnap some children. Don't worry, says Matrix Woman. Everything will be fine. Nobody's ever going to find out because I'm Matrix Woman. I've got to go deal with Neo. So you go off with Captain Grouchy Pants, who just wants to go home and ride on a dumbass speeder, whilst we end up watching the biggest pile of soy boy getting his ass kicked, a Wookiee deciding to go on a homicidal rampage, which isn't new for a Wookiee. And
Well, he is the brown one.
Jesus Christ.
That was so easy, Dobby.
That was so easy.
But yeah, this episode, if I was a drinker, I probably would be getting drunk afterwards. Because
Your liver
You would die.
Your
of poisoning.
liver is fucked enough as it is, Dobby.
Oh my god.
No, it was bad. I mean, even Soy Boy spent the entire episode going, I'm really bored. And then his suicide means absolutely nothing. Why did you do that? Well, I was maybe bored and like, oh my gosh, you're eating legs. Oh my gosh. I'm
What
a
is-
vegetarian.
What is Cal Kestis doing in the Acolyte?
This is
And
his
it's not
ancestor.
even him. It's not even the same person, but it looks
No,
very similar.
It looks too
Oh.
uncanny. Jesus. No, but yeah, so the whole reason. Oh my god. Well,
The power
first,
of one. The power,
power of two. The power of shit.
Wookiee with a lightsaber.
Well, Ryan, what about you?
Well, when I watched this episode, folks, my first thought was thinking I wish I was watching something else, or I wish I was getting tactical training from a tactical droid, which is a Star Wars Clone Wars reference. The possibility of this show being good is 4,720 to 1. And oh my God, Dobby, you have hair issues. my oh my! Don't turn your head again, please.
Oh, please do. I'm ready for this.
But in order to save myself from watching this show, I watched it, and then I watched the whole first season of the Clone Wars just to
That's
save
safe.
myself.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Dobby's self-conscious now.
Oh goodness. Well, yeah, for me it was basically a mix of what you guys just said, but the fact that they do this whole George Floyd scene in the fucking part where like she's trying to prevent violence, like the head witch, and she's like no, and like she turns into this black mist, like she's trying to switch places.
Yeah, the black shadow virus instead of the blue shadow virus.
And then for some reason, the soul here or Squid Games guy is able to just stab her while in this mist form, which I'm sorry, I've never seen that in my life, not even in Star Wars. Like, how the fuck do you stab a non-existential shadow?
And the thing that I made in my review was, if you turn into a Force ghost, you're dead because your body disintegrates. That's why they're called a Force ghost. It means you are no more. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because Leslye Headland decides to rewrite what a Force fucking ghost is. So therefore, you can expect to see Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, pretty much everyone else who is dead using Force ghost abilities to kill people. Because that's a thing now.
Dobby, I've never seen a black Force ghost, which should tell you something.
I mean, I can't lie to him. Like
this ain't a fuck. In all seriousness, this ain't a fucking Force ghost. This is it's literally. I talk about jokingly the black shadow virus because it looks like a darker version of the blue shadow virus. Yes, I've been watching the Clone Wars. You'll get the reference. And but you guys are absolutely right. Stabbing something that is a gas isn't going to work, because that's literal plasma. If he had put his plasma sword into black gas, do you know what would have happened? Everything would have exploded, and everyone within a fucking 100-meter radius would be a smoking cinder. You guys ever seen gas explosions?
Especially on Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, for real. And oh man, what the dumbest part too is like they start off this entire. The dumbest thing I noticed at the very beginning was the Wookiee with the metal detector. But this Wookiee, I guess because of like the prosthetics that they got on this person, you can't even tell the Wookiee is interested in what he's doing. I don't know. It's just weird. And then also, here's my second question, right? The second dumbest thing after this. How in God's name was this witch lady, okay, able to possess the fucking Wookiee Jedi? Can somebody explain it to me?
Low IQ.
She ripped off the idea of the Night Sisters who can possess people, because there is mention that the Night Sisters can only possess people who are weak-minded.
Yeah.
Low
IQ.
It's like,
a fucking Jedi. In my head, I always thought, okay, well, a Jedi, no matter what their race is, like they're taught to like build like extreme mental fortitude, and if they fall for the
white men, if they're white men,
okay. So basically, animal people can't do it. So furries apparently can get possessed. So that means that in actuality, fucking Leslye Headland is a freaking bigot against furries. Guess what, furries? You now got your new target. Go get her.
Well, you know why, don't you? It's because furries can't. Furries might be racist.
Can't consent.
Furries.
Yes, they can't consent. Holy shit. No, but
in all seriousness, it was because they're meant to be the Night Sisters, and the Night Sisters are the only beings known that can mess with Jedis. But the thing is, Night Sisters aren't in this timeline. They haven't appeared yet because
they have appeared. They've appeared now. In this is canon now, Darby. This is their first appearance.
If it's canon, load it and fire it, and we'll just be done with it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, maybe they'll become the Black Sisters or something. I have no idea.
Next time they'll start singing gospel, and then they'll be like, "Raise the gospel." All right, it's been.
All right. I have to say this, right? So the number 3, this is the third dumbest moment after the plasma shadow stabbing, and that is oh no, sorry, I forgot. I got to add an extra one because I just remember this one. So yeah, the Wookiee here is possessed. He gets restrained, and then Trinity over here is like, "Oh, he's in danger," and then she does this thing where like she puts a constipation face.
She basically unmind rapes him.
Yeah, but you can't see what she's doing to him with her other hand.
Yeah, sorry, I got to pause.
That explains his facial thing. She's like, "Well, still a little furry."
Yeah, no, for real. And then out of nowhere,
there's nothing little on a Wookiee, Darby.
Well, you don't know that unless you just...
God damn it, Ryan. Oh goodness. You know, I have to say, yeah, and then they just
are they all just like
dead
doing that thing that women do?
What?
You mean
orgasm? Yeah, they're yes, Darby, well done.
So you're telling me this was a mental orgy all along?
Look at them, Dragon.
Yeah, especially this one. Like, what's going on
the
here?
Alien. You have to animate that face, folks, unless it's a very good prosthetic. Maybe that's where the 180 million went, on that prosthetic
No,
face.
the 100 million was spent on the Wookiee.
It definitely was spent on the Wookiee.
It was spent on either Ukraine or Israel.
And then they said they spent it on the show, and all they did was whip the fucking animators to shape.
And then I made a very valid point in my review where I said, even if the Night Sisters, who these idiots are, cosplay Night Sisters, were able to possess people, that Jedi would have enough self-control not to attack people with a lightsaber, because that requires mental whatever the fuck the word is.
Fortitude?
You mean the word you don't know because you lack it, Dobby.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, folks, it's an allegory. Wookiees have low IQ. That's why they can't speak properly. And that's why they're only good at fighting and flying ships. They're only good at warfare. That's why Chewie was such a badass when it came to fighting, flying, and doing some engineering things. But in other things, he didn't do very well.
Like,
at
how
all.
are you going to train a Wookiee to hold a lightsaber? You'd be like, oh, he's a good little Wookiee. Give you a little scratch. There's a good little Wookiee.
It's
goodness.
way harder than training Finn, that's for sure.
For
No. In order to train Finn, you just have to remind him to shout, Ray! Ray! Ray!
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, he has a freaking fight with Kylo Ren that was actually quite competent. Out of nowhere, too.
If we paint Dobby green and give him big ears, he'd look like Yoda.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man.
The most fucked up thing about that is that it's actually true.
And if I
I'm
cut off
sorry.
all my hair and take my glasses off and paint myself brown, I'd look like Master Windu.
Your
No,
motherfucking
yeah,
right.
that. Well, hold on.
Oh my god! I have another question, though.
Yeah.
Which is what I said in my review, which people are still commenting on. But here we go. If a dark Sith can use possession and turn into ghosts, then why didn't Palpatine, Kylo Ren, or King Anakin use the ability and go on a homicidal effing rampage if it was such a thing using the dark side? Because
They're not
it isn't.
black. The true form of the dark side is black.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh wait. Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh wait.
It's in
Before I
the
say that,
fucking name, dark side of the Force. That's why if Mace Windu was a dark side Force user, he'd be unstoppable. It's in the fucking name.
You're pretty good at doing the Joe Biden whispering thing.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
I mean, look. Let me put it this way. Like this. Yeah. So the weird orgasmic mind orgy pullout game that Trinity threw there. I don't know what the fuck is going on and with that. And before we continue, let's introduce our next panelist, which is the one and only metrosexual Italian sage, the Coach MC himself. How you doing, Coach?
Welcome to Doodles.
What's
And
up,
in
everybody?
today's episode, Coach will be discussing how you cannot use the Force to turn into a ghost. Coach.
Oh, goodness. How you been, man?
Welcome, everybody. Fantastic. I'm sorry for tuning in slightly late. But it is a
We
crazy
summoned
day.
you
Hope
using the
everybody's
power
fine.
of one, the power of two,
The power of many.
The sexual Italian, German.
You know what, Coach? Let's hear your react. What was your reaction after watching the
No,
entire?
first of all, I'm Sicilian.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
yeah, I have an Italian passport, yeah, but I'm Sicilian. It's
Oh,
slightly,
okay.
slightly different.
Clarify that.
It's like
real
saying,
quick.
yeah, you're Latino. No, you're a Cuban. You're not just a Latino. You're Cuban.
Oh, okay.
You have a
fair enough.
lowrider, though.
Oh, goodness.
What's up, everybody? Are you good?
Yeah, but Coach, for real, tell us
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, what was your reaction after watching this episode? I'm so curious about it.
I was preoccupied.
Fair enough.
Really, really
you know what?
concerned.
You know what's the best thing about this episode, Coach? This is the I think the only time I'm able to say this, right? And that is, okay, if you watched the 3rd episode, which is all about the power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many bullshitters, all right, then all you missed is... Yes, and the only thing you missed was 10 extra minutes. Actually 8, if I don't count the credits.
Okay.
Yeah, so all you missed is basically the fact that all of this shit began because these Jedi found a planet that was lifeless, got life again. They got a Wookiee with a metal detector going on because they're doing archaeological work. They find the twins as usual. Then the soul guy, or the Squid Games guy as I call him, he decides, oh my god, these girls are in danger because I only saw them getting reprimanded for being crappy at their training. I need to rescue them.
He's Chinese. They're specialists in kidnapping kids and selling them to Jeffrey Epstein.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh
dun,
my
Eat a
God.
file for 500.
The Jedi...
I also want to...
just like
because we're
Steph,
also tangent kings. Right.
Go on.
Yes.
Say it.
Well, I was just going to say, when you really
I want to
think
say
about...
because
you fucking bastard.
Make up your fucking mind.
I'm going to speak my mind. But I will say, ladies and gentlemen, when you really think about the Jedi and the Sith, they are both kind of fucked up, religious, zealous, zealot, Space Force, laser sword wielding child kidnappers.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
they are.
They are. When
Like
you think
this
about
whole episode, Squid Game guy is like, I'm going to get those kids. That's all I'm interested in. You're a fucking Jedi. What are you doing? I'm just going to go get those kids. Don't worry. I haven't checked out that there is a whopping great big fortress on the hill. There might be other people there. Don't let that worry you. We're going to climb up a mountain in 5 minutes. Why? Because I'm after kids.
No wonder
Other
Disney.
dangerous
No wonder Disney bought Star Wars.
Oh no! Best part of it all. No, we not only have the guy that just likes kidnapping people because he acts like that nosy neighbor that thinks there's danger everywhere for children. No. Right. We also got this random dude, which, by the way, this is like the younger version of the actor that basically drinks the poison, for no fucking reason. Still,
yeah. For no fucking reason.
Yeah. And you know what happened, right? The reason why this whole fiasco started, why the fortress caught on fire, well, not why the fortress caught on fire, but why all these witches got killed. Oh, wait, what the hell?
What in the fuck?
I'm the purple pig. I'm
Oh,
the initiated.
wow.
Yes, I'm the purple pig. No, since we're tangent kings,
Yes.
there is, of course, if you look at this sentence, right? If you look at the line, the power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many, that is a copy of a Freemason initiation. Let me just explain. So what we're seeing here is égalité, fraternité, liberté, right? These are the paradigms of the 3 first initiation grades that you go through as a neophyte when you enter Freemasonry. Now, there are 2 ways of looking at Freemasonry, right? You have the Scottish Rite, which is the Unified Grand Lodge of England. That's the ugly, and they're basically Catholics. And then you have the French version, the Paris version.
So that's the reason why this episode's bad, is because the fucking Catholics decided to be all snarky and it backfired on them?
No. This is French Freemasonry. In the French Freemasonry, they are
Well, that makes
atheists.
it all
And
right
there are
then.
Satanists. And they're also, in a way, they're also materialists.
One way of starting
Yes,
it.
and so this is a way they would initiate someone. This is the power of 1, this is the power of 2, and this is the power of many. That
Look at
means
that
now
face.
you're in the collective.
I'm sorry, that was some very opportunistic pause.
Yeah, and the fact that a Wookiee, I mean, one of the greatest heresies that they could commit is to in Jedi lore, there is no way that a Wookiee could somehow learn the Force, because the Force is also a signature. It's a resonance. It's some sort of a communication. And Wookiees are simply they are in their communicational realm. They are not able to comprehend and also to translate the metaphysical language of the Jedis, right? This is not unjustified. It's not racist or anything. They just have a completely different evolution. They tap into nature and they are very strong like physically, but they are a bit less strong mentally. And so to master the Force, you have to be enormously strong mentally. You have to be enormously strong on an intellectual level, because it's not just, it's because you have to master your feelings, not because you let them, free or set them free in an uncontrollable way. The Jedi looks for order and stability and safety without controlling others. And so this is why sometimes the Jedi is also in the books. If you look in Jedi lore, from the outside, you could describe them as some sort of a, Augustinian type of monk brotherhood that somehow likes to keep the order safe and all that. Yeah, from the outside might look like that, but then when you perceive the Force a bit deeper and you study it, then you know what they actually try to accomplish, to be just a balance, right? And to take themselves and their ego out of the judgment, just to kind of make sure that everything kind of keeps flowing. It's all about flow. It's all about
We're sorry, Coach.
The energy flow.
Gotta talk about this comment, because I was gonna say something around this point. So what you're trying to tell me? Wait. So
yes, I know,
tell me,
Chewie, that we have a problem with the flux.
I was called.
Why is a cow my co-pilot?
Hey, Pat, what's up?
No, but dude, by the way,
it's a Mercante.
Oh god, damn it, that is fucked up. But you're right, dude. I was gonna say, so after you mentioned that with the Wookiee, the thing I was thinking of is like, wait, all these descriptions you're giving me, are you telling me the Jedi were like, oh shit, like current day Disney, we gotta fill in our quota, so we need to put the special needs kids in the fucking Jedi Order? So the Wookiee is a special needs Jedi. Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
Yeah.
Because this bastard got possessed by a witch. Dude, this guy got possessed by a witch, almost killed one of them, and then he gets freed from it because Trinity here does some kind of mental orgy. No. Trinity here does some kind of mental orgy with these witches, and she's the only and I guess her pullout game is weak because she left all these witches just done. I don't know what the fuck happened. It's so random, but there it is. And
it wasn't as good for them as she had hoped.
I guess the power of one beat the power
of two.
Yeah, it's also,
the blade of the scissor beat the other.
All for one and one for all is the same principle, right? It's kind of a giving up of your individuality and kind of giving everything to the collective and being absorbed by the collective. It's a very French, it's that type of thinking, right?
Bloody French. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, they're the worst. Look what they've done now to their country. I mean, it's just
incredible. It's a great job that France is being replaced by Africa.
Only the Brits and Germans complain about freaking.
And France. You would too if they lived close to you. Just look
Fair
at
enough.
Canada.
Okay, now I can see what you mean. Damn it.
What's worse than being French? Also... French Canadian.
One thing I want to talk about, okay, real quick. This is the last dumb point that this episode gave me, right? And that is apparently.
Can you see the skull? Can you see the skull here? Here you have a perfect
skull,
right?
What? You mean like the shape based
the whole
off of
thing is a skull.
Look
at the two people. This is the eyes, and then you have here the nose. This is a perfect skull.
No, I see what you mean.
And look, there's a triangle, which means Illuminati.
I mean, but anyway.
Right on the far left, which is an indication of communism.
Then there's Jeffrey Epstein down in
the
And if you
the
look
black hole is Jeffrey Epstein.
And if you look on the far right, if you look on the far right, there are controls which shows that if you go to the far right, you can control the situation and make it great again. There you go. It's all there. Messages are all there.
Oh no, you know what's even better, right?
Meanwhile, Master Trinity came in the other room.
Dirty bitch.
Oh. Damn it. Dude,
I'm sorry, man. We keep preventing you from making this point.
No. The point, this is actually funny. So the point here is that, and Star Wars Theory pointed this out as well, is that somehow Soul is able to hold the bridge together when he probably could have saved both little girls, which together they probably weigh about 100 pounds total. He could have just lifted both of them up and brought them to him.
No, because the script told him act like a complete fucking jerk and think that one of them is dead, and Sol is like, "Don't worry, I'm Chinese. Nobody can blame me. Everything will be fine. Sorry, didn't mean to kill you. You just fell to your death. Nothing personal."
He can't Weinstein 2 brown women at a time. Only one.
He can Epstein. Right. And there's also a thing to be said. I mean, according to Jedi lore, like think of the Empire Strikes Back. I believe it is right when Yoda kind of lifts up the X-wing fighter out of the mud. Yoda. And so. You see that Yoda, while he's lifting up the X-wing, right? It's just not the heaviest machine in the world. He has quite some trouble doing it. So what I mean by that telekinesis force that Jedi possess is, you have it, but it's not easy to lift objects, especially if they have an own will. So in Jedi lore, it's very well described. Like an object like a rock is pretty feasible to lift, right? Smaller objects are not a problem to be moved. Even heavy ones that are truly, but like human beings are super heavy to lift and to move, right? You need to be a super accomplished Jedi master in order to do that, because you're acting also against the will, which to Jedi lore is potentially also regarded as something evil. So you could gain darkness by doing that. Of course,
he's trying to gain darkness.
Right. Probably. Also, keep in mind, Sol, S-O-L, is it's another word for the planet Saturn. And of course, it's the dark sun.
I know all about Saturn and the dark and the references of darkness, yes, and the fact that the character throughout the entire story seems to always give in to his darkest impulses in moments where it matters most. And that would be a very interesting Jedi character, most certainly, if you were trying to make an arc about a Jedi Master that was like fighting the darkness, but then he loses everything, and then at one point a catalyst hits and he becomes like a dark Jedi. But the thing is, that would require somebody who knows how to write a proper story and build a character from beginning to end, which is not something that Leslye Headland and her goons are good on. Okay?
No, not really.
One crazy thing, right? So the Master's like, yeah, look, for the sake of politics, we're definitely not going to say we accidentally murdered a bunch of witches. And you're not going to mention the mind orgy, you fucking Wookiee. And then, out of nowhere, this is when you get the scene where he tells her what we already saw in the end of the 3rd episode, okay? Which is basically, oh, Osha, your whole place, it got destroyed. I am so sorry. I tried to save your sister, but I couldn't. She sucked. Of
course they're going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I do have another good point.
Yeah, go for it.
These Jedi are fucking morons. They arrive on a planet, right? And they can't see a fortress on top of a mountain with electricity that lights up at night, and they're walking around with metal detectors going, let's try and detect where the Force is because we're the Jedi, and the Force is only detectable by a landmine detector. No! How can you not see a fortress on top of a fucking hill, don't worry, mountain, that they climbed within 5 minutes without breaking a sweat? Why? Because the script told them that they could. How did they get up there so quickly? Don't know. They just got there. The script said, hold on, next page. Oh, yeah, you're there.
It's called a jump cut, Darby.
No, absolutely.
Called a jump cut.
Since we're also, we had now Catherine Ann Moss, right? Which, right now in the frame. And so we know from the old Star Wars, the real, only original Star Wars, that there are no female Jedis, right? Only Leia was supposed to have some abilities, but they were more spontaneous and eruptive. They could sometimes, like in the books it is described that she had like Leia's twins. They becoming Jedis later on for Timothy Zahn, and George Lucas was okay with that. So it is theoretically possible that you have a female Jedi, but it has nothing to do with exclusion or the patriarchy or some evil, some sort of dark conspiracy. The reason why there are no female Jedis, according to Jedi lore, is simply the fact that the Force absorbs you completely. It embeds you. It completely, you are completely, you're leaving your identity as a Jedi Master. And theoretically, you're not able to give birth to children anymore when that occurs. So the reason why there are no female Jedis is because it's harder to teach them, because their natural biological programming requires them to stay more or less out of the Force, because to be in the Force is potentially also damaging to you, because of course you get also dark impulses, and that could damage the fetus, and then later on you could potentially not give birth to children. This is why you don't have female Jedis. It has nothing to do.
Do you know why you don't have female Jedis?
This is something that nobody explained on any channel.
The power of two.
Sure.
Power of many. See what they do with the fucking Force.
Yeah. I mean, look,
this
I
is
have
something
to mention
that
something.
no channel ever explained anywhere.
Ooh. No, but
Princess Leia was actually a Jedi. That's the point that they made in there's this scene where I'm pretty sure it was in The Empire Strikes Back, where they make the point of, no, there is another, and they definitely mentioned that it was Leia.
Yeah. She has some abilities. She has some spontaneous, it flows a little bit through her, but she is not a real Jedi. She's not considered to be someone who's from the Force.
Yeah, it was never
the only time in movie form we saw a female Jedi was, I believe, in The Phantom Menace, just as a Jedi Council member. It was never confirmed in the original trilogy that women could be Jedi.
In the books,
it was sort of left very vague, and also the one, you're right. The thing with Leia is that she was always depicted as this potential outlier to begin with. And one thing I do want to mention here, right? So I do want to pop into a few of these articles I noticed regarding this specific episode. And as usual, we got Leslye Headland trying to defend this weird retcon by, at first saying, oh no, you guys... And by the way, people thinking that the main head witch transforming into Black Mist, she's also trying to defend that. I don't know why. Thank you. Very great screenshot there, Spencer. But no, it's just so fucking stupid.
Indeed.
But okay. Why this part right here, right? Really? Are we really going to focus on this little quote that says, someday these noble intentions you have will destroy every Jedi in the galaxy? First off, that quote has nothing to do with what happens in Phantom Menace. If anything, the noble intentions of Qui-Gon to take in Anakin were very beneficial at the time. They weren't considered bad. It's not like he forced Anakin's mother to take him to the Jedi Temple. Okay, he didn't kidnap the child. He didn't tell them, okay, he's a special kid. He's mine now. He literally said, okay, look, we'll help you get settled, get a good person. That way your child doesn't feel bad about leaving you behind. Okay? And he won his freedom.
Qui-Gon won him in a game, for goodness sake.
Yeah, it wasn't... Yes,
the Jedi don't give a fuck about families.
Yeah, they don't.
They kidnap children. Yes, they do. Unfortunately,
they do not kidnap them. They're not really kidnapping them. It's definitely, that would be like an interesting story format to explore. I would love to see that, because sure, is there any Jedi that is a bit more of darker intentions and kind of, for sure there are some Jedis that they're zealed up in their faith, right? The good must win, and so therefore you go into extremes, and maybe some of them will actually go so far and even kidnap kids if they feel like this could be a great addition to my Jedi clan. That would be a great story to explore. Definitely, like a good Jedi versus another good Jedi, but the other good Jedi somehow, right, kind of is too fanatic, right? And you need to kind of bring him down. Like similar to a Star Trek episode. I feel that's something that would be like a really cool facet to show, but of course, this cheap overgloss stuff. I mean, this is not even.
I want to mention one thing, by the way, you guys, real quick, because this is like the crux of her explanation for why, right? In short, she was trying to say, "Oh my God, wouldn't it be so cool if she transformed into the Force?" And then her actual quote,
"The Force is not black."
Or anything, it's just energy. But you know, suffice to say, this is her comment.
Oh my God.
The why about
missed him.
dematerializing is the first thing that Jodie and I talked about in seeding the character, she continued. What she is doing is what Jackie says in episode 4, that it's an honor to see anyone transform into the Force. I believe that Anastasia is transforming herself and May into the Force in a way that doesn't kill them. If you transform into the Force, you lose your sense of self. Hence, you technically die. Your identity dies.
It was
unless you do training.
It was a Sith transporter beam. They weren't dying. They were being transported.
Like Star Trek.
Yeah, and it
Back
was
to
black.
Epstein Island.
See, there we go. And I love this quote. You know he was salty about that comment. He says, and there you have it, Star Wars fans. Official canon confirmation that the Force is, at least to some extent, female.
And black.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So my T-shirt is the Force.
Yes.
My hair is
the Force.
You're the Force.
Oh my God.
The Welsh Force.
The Welsh Force. Oh, goodness. No.
The Hobby Force is also good.
The Hobby Force? Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's...
And then these night
fast.
sisters must have been like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna totally
Shut up.
transform
Shut up, Darby. I'd rather listen to Coach's endless monologues than you pretending to be a woman. Please, Coach, speak your mind."
The semi-intellectual masturbation attempts from Leslye or anyone else on the team.
Okay, Darby, can you start speaking again?
I know.
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait a minute, Coach. We can't just start.
No, but really, I mean, what is this?
Intellectual masturbation takes.
Attempts. This is like coitus interruptus, but it's eternally interrupted.
Shout the season, What the hell is going on?
Okay, continue.
It's basically a non-orgasm coitus, right? It will never get there. It's a non-climax one. So what they're trying to do.
This conversation was not intended to be very sexual. Coach is just very
sexual,
angsty. Okay.
No, it's not sexual.
And Luke
But the funny
Skywalker
thing
is, according to Leslye Headland, non-binary. He's got pink hair and he speaks like a valley girl.
Can't we just say that the Jedi are an allegory of the Jews, and then there can be no criticism of Star Wars ever?
Jesus Christ. You know what? Oh, so this is a comment.
Escape
No,
from
but my
New
point
York's
was that
tunnels.
they're putting... Yeah, they're dedicating more time with these, semi-professional, effective masturbation attempts, more time and more energy in trying to bend something that makes no sense, that is broken already, instead of making it great in the first place, which would have probably needed less energy than kind of to, apologize, looking for some loopholes in the lore, but to explain something that is absolutely ridiculous, right? Just make a great product. Invest your energy into that, right? This is all intellectual, all thought mechanism, but it's not real great action. It's not really, it's not.
Point of
well
order,
crafted.
Dragon. Why do we spend half of the show covering this dog shit show when we could cover a better show in House of the Dragon, or highlight the problem with Gladiator II?
You know what? That's actually a pretty interesting thought. Because here's the thing. I do want to mention something, right? What do you guys? What's your rating so far of this entire show? Like based off of what we've seen so far. Just give me a number. We'll start with Coach.
0.01.
Okay.
Cancellation out of 10.
Yep. Okay. Dobby?
Negative 69.
Negative over 9,000. Okay, great. Now, if y'all will excuse me, we're now going to shift to, you're right, a much better show, because this is dog shit. I had an interview of Amandla talking shit on The View, but then I'm like, no, if I do that, these three are gonna literally commit seppuku in front of me with their cameras
Oh
on.
my gosh, I'm like, Amanda's gonna work.
I'm all for talking about the Acolyte as long as we don't talk about the show ever.
Fair
Let's talk
enough.
about the people who made the show, Headland and her cronies. Let's talk about the people who starred in the show, Stenberg and some of the other casting characters. You know, that interview in which she was on The View, that would have been a good...
And then the twerking.
Yeah, that too.
Well, now Ryan. Okay, Ryan. There we go. Ryan's very
not to
anxious
commit
to talk
suicide, I
about
I
this.
have a question about that. If she injured herself
Yeah.
doing the twerking video, does that come under health and safety? Can she call them up and be like, hey, I was trying to piss off some white people and I did a twerking video for Disney and I kind of broke my pelvis. Can I get the time off work? Thank you, Disney. Fuck you and bye.
The biggest problem, in my view, is that we spent 40 minutes talking about a show that doesn't deserve 40 minutes of coverage. Everything around the show, because the show is so crap, everything around the show,
That's fair.
the news surrounding the show, I think is worthy of talking about because millions of people are still watching The Acolyte on Disney Plus, even if it is
Millions?
like low 3 million
Damn.
from my analysis.
Yeah, but they're bored and they're drunk and it's the only thing on television.
Literally half of, I think if they compare like the Mandalorian numbers to
It's like 5 o'clock in the morning
current.
after coming back from the club and eating the cheeseburger type of.
It has gone down, folks. Of course, the viewership has gone down from project to project to project. The problem
75%.
Yeah, the problem is 3 million people are still fucking watching. And that's why the coverage surrounding this show, I think it's more important to analyze because it's that coverage that's keeping this show alive.
It's crazy. I mean, look, I definitely have one of those, but hold on, let me refresh this. This Twitter's being anally stupid lately. Okay.
Anally? Anally stupid?
Hey, now.
Anally stupid?
Wait.
What do you mean?
You know what? Hold on. Damn it, Coach.
Stupid? You mean lowercase stupid? What is it?
God damn it, Coach. Hey, look, just shut. Oh, Hypno, shut up. Don't give Coach ammunition. Hypno, you motherfucker, shut up.
Don't do it.
Shut up, asshole.
It's like anally stupid. I was just like,
look, no, just shut up.
Shit, Dragon, bring up your DMs again.
You're not getting none of that shit.
Hypno into the stream. That way he can help us.
oh my god,
So
this face in the
let's
afternoon.
just-
Man, I used to
I know.
love this actress. Like literally
know.
love her.
A lot of us
love
did.
her. She was incredible in Ghost. She was incredible in When You Loving Me. She was incredible in so many. Made in America. She was really good. Really, really good actress. Really admirable.
Yeah, but
I mean,
let's
hey,
just-
she was hypnotized and yeah.
Look, y'all, let's just like watch this. Like we're talking straight up. Let's try to see how long we can contain our silence because this is insane.
You mean you want us to be professional?
Yeah.
As we watch
Look,
it?
I had to skip
will
like 4 minutes of them talking bullshit in order to find the nugget here.
That's all she does talk.
Yeah. Well,
But this
here it
stuff
is.
I mean, it was all
listen,
planned
goddammit.
out. I mean,
Just listen, you
Well,
bastards.
sorry. All right, go ahead.
You have received horrific
Too late, I
racist
started.
backlash, including threats. And what you call
Where are those threats?
intolerable
Where
racism.
are
That is
those
your
threats?
quote.
Where
Can you
are
talk
those
about that
fucking
a little
threats?
bit?
Where?
And
Where
what was
are
that
threats?
bit?
threats?
Can I
Where's
Damn
those
it, Coach, it's only been
threats?
10
What the fuck is
seconds.
she talking? I'm sorry, but what the fuck is she talking? Where are those threats? Show me the threats. Show me the fucking threats. Where are those
I
fucking
just
threats?
point out, right, that she's a major crush on her.
Where are those
Dancing.
fucking threats? You can't just fucking
Dancing.
say, "Oh yeah, you
Look,
received threats."
I'll put the
From
fucking-
where? From whom? Stating the fuck what? What? That we're not
Oh
going
my
to watch
God.
your show because it's dog shit? Of course, that's a threat.
Didn't like.
But it's an intentional threat to a
Look,
program,
I
not
put
to your fucking
subtitles
self.
because like
Need a space to speak about it. It's been very painful for me. It's not something that you can emotionally prepare for.
She's
And
acting
we
better
welcome
here,
criticism
even
of
though
the
she's
show when it
fucking
comes-
acting, than in the fucking show she's paid for. Is that even imaginable and
Coach, wait,
graspable?
Coach,
she looks
Coach, hold
better
on,
and she acts better in this fucking show here.
wait, Italian
instead of in the
metrosexual,
whole
chill,
show.
bro. Wait.
Oh,
Hold on.
Let's here, right? Can
Yeah.
I ask why she's like why she got told why you got to look black, even though
look
she
at-
is black?
I mean,
You
she
look
does.
like the cornrows and then
Just fucking do your job.
Not the
You
sob
get paid. You're a
story.
fucking actress. Do your fucking job and shut the fuck up. And then let the audience be the fucking judge.
Look at the subtitle.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts is not facts. It's not facts. It's facts. It's facts.
Thank you, Coach, for the facts. But
Look at the
Yeah.
subtitles. We whore.
oh, that's just Twitter being stupid. But yours is perfect.
We
he
whore.
wore violent racist stats.
Nobby, be quiet for
Show
a
me
moment.
the threats. Show me
This
the fucking
statement,
threats.
the subtitles are based. Oh, and now they're fucking gone.
No,
Thank you,
like
Jack.
they're
or
just
performance.
warped.
But when it comes to
Why does she
death
look
threats,
like she's going to be white?
horrific,
Death threats?
violent racist language, it's unacceptable to
It's
me.
the
Where are those
fucking
threats?
internet,
think
lady. Death
really
threats
deep
are
and
the
hard
norm.
about
Death
when you
threats.
display discipline
Death threats.
and when you display honor. And I guess what I mean by that is when you decide to
Honor? What? Honor? Wait.
She's
utilize
doing the
discipline
But, you know,
joke,
I'm just gonna keep
in
this going.
reactive ways,
I don't
do
care.
your
This is a
job.
free-for-all
and when
reaction.
you decide to engage in honor by honoring your values and your belief system.
Honor
And
what?
in this case, I decided that was the most important thing to me, to be vocal, because I think that
Vocal.
silence can send a message
Yes,
as well, and
very
inaction
vocal.
can
Silence.
be very dangerous.
Vocal.
And so
Honor.
well,
What the fuck
I
is she
dropped a diss
talking about?
track.
This is why you don't mix Africa and Judaism.
I don't even
Like
know.
she is more alive in this fucking persiflage of a human being and this farce of an interview than in her fucking
This is
show
my
she
face
gets
right
paid
now.
to entertain it.
Oh my god, no.
Why aren't you like this in front of the camera all the time?
Yeah, right?
And it's, I mean, of course, what I've been experiencing, but it's also just about the divisiveness of the culture and how difficult it is for all of us now to navigate information.
All
in
of
this
us?
new
You have no
era. It's so
difficulty.
difficult to tell.
You need a check
what
mark for
is
Disney.
true, you know, online, and these online
Oh,
algorithms,
fuck
they
me.
shape our realities and our thinking. And clickbait,
Amazing.
journalism,
Thank you, Andrew.
and these algorithms also profit from our rage and our hatred. And I feel like that's something we
Wait. She said this. They people profit off the rage and hatred. You are the ones. Again, like I say on the fucking intro, you guys are the ones that started all of this. The fans did not want any conflict.
They
You
don't make
brought
any
it.
money, Dragon.
They
That's
don't,
the
I know.
point. What Hypno always likes to bring up anytime there's any kind of criticism or opposition to content creators. It's the envy argument. They're fucking jealous and envious, to use those two words or terms rather specifically. They're jealous and envious that the 21st century is fucking destroying them.
Yeah.
That there are alternatives out there, whether they're financially based or reality based, that are able to build an audience and gain support and revenue, one of the two.
Yeah.
In my case, it's
like
just
this-
support,
like this
not
gentleman.
revenue.
No, but even oh my god, you know what, let's just.
But still, this is-
guys.
yeah, I'm
let's
sorry.
hold
Yeah.
on. Let's hold on. We got one more minute, and then we'll move on
Why?
to House of
I
Dragon
mean,
and better things. Okay.
What is the reason
hold
for
on?
ruining our afternoon, man?
Because y'all are just my latest victims.
we are aware of, but we don't necessarily have enough discourse or infrastructure around because it's so new.
Yeah, it's also discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to, you talking about ignoring. The first thing I'm going to remind everyone watching is that her character is fictional.
Yeah, right.
So the fact that you are responding to
Oh
this
yeah, thank you, cronies. Yeah, let's go on and clap. Yeah, come on, yeah,
as though you were having dinner
Fuck
with her
y'all
and
of
she
you.
changed overnight for you. Yeah. So
Why does an African have a
always
Jewish name?
remember,
Whoopi
Should
Goldberg.
we talk about it, or
Yes, please.
Yes,
I'd
please
rather
talk
talk
about it.
to the
anything
people who are
else.
yelling at you,
Wait. Wait, hold on.
Or
Hold on. Almost there.
right?
And not real. That's true.
Almost
and
there.
don't know you like you know
that's
you,
true.
and don't know that you can.
Actually, no, never mind. Okay, talk now. This is bullshit. Okay, talk about this, then we'll move on to fucking House of Dragon. Way much better experience, please.
Yeah, well, Spielberg, Goldberg, Stenberg, right? It's always the mountain, it's always the rock, it's the Philosopher's Stone, it's the Black Rock, of course, or the Lion Rock, or the Golden
Or the
Gate
Vanguard.
Rock, you know, it's the
Yep.
Vanguard, right? But that's not a stone in itself. Guard means just to protect, but in Berg, of course, you have the mountain, and the mountain is volcano or volcano, and that is the old god, of course, that used to reign in the Asia Minor section, also by the Hebrews and by other cultures back then. Volcano is that. That's Vulcan. That's the Vulcan sign, also of appreciation and blessing that the other Semitic tribes also use. And so the Berg always represents God, right? If you have Goldberg, it's the golden god, right? And of course that's Apis, that's the bull, that's of course pagan in itself. That's why you have DreamWorks, right? And it's the moon. That's the moon rock. That's the moon Berg, right? DreamWorks is nothing else. Katzenberg, Spielberg, all these guys. With the mountain in their name, that's always the referring, or Stein, Weinstein, Rosenstein, Goldstein. That's the same thing, right?
Epstein.
Stone, Petra. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
So they're all part of that group.
Well, I'll give you a more simple answer, folks. Whoopi called herself a Goldberg so she could get a job in Hollywood because, well, she needed that edge because black women, it's very difficult for them to get into Hollywood.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
having a nice Yiddish name
But
really did help her out.
I'm really sorry. It's not really Yiddish in the end, right? But I'm really sorry for these people. Like again,
Yes.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes.
She is an incredibly talented actress.
Yes.
She's
So is
actually
Mark
a good
Hamill and
performer.
Pedro Pascal. I think
Mark,
what a
all
lot.
and now all these people are sitting and standing there and doing this.
Grogu noises. Is that what
the
it
whole
is?
day. What is this shit? Why are you
I don't
using your
know.
life's energy? To me, this is you must have a master. This is where the conspiracy theory comes from, because otherwise, like a normal human being that is so gifted uses gifts in such a ridiculous and heinous and hideous way, then you must obey somebody in this case. Otherwise you wouldn't naturally do that. And that somebody in this case, again, like if you kind of reverse engineer the process, is surely not a positive or a good entity. If he wants you to use your talents in such an evil, nefarious way, then probably has also some sinister motives. And this is where I feel like conspiracy theories actually come from, because you see good people or crap, like really like great people in terms of performing, in terms of giving people joy and inspiration, using that magical force that they have, like literally the force and the power they have to portray and perpetuate such nefarious and sinister motives. Then, of course, there is no other alternative. If everything else is improbable and you discarded it, according to Sherlock Holmes, and the only thing that remains as improbable and impossible it seems to be, must be the reason, must be the truth.
You know what that deserves? And also, since
for
we
all of
reached the
us.
halfway
This is for all
point, wait, hold on. One more thing. Before we transition into the House of Dragon, I do want to say, if y'all are enjoying the live stream, then please make sure to just do this little bit, all right? All right. Now, with House of Dragon, Season 2, Episode 4, what were your thoughts on it?
Sex with demons.
Oh my God. Okay, Dobby. All right, Dobby. You know what, man? You get why you making
Franny.
All right. Now on a serious note.
I'll say it again. Franny demons.
I mean, shit. I have the soundbite of you saying that. You know what? Okay. What did you guys think of this episode in general? This time, you know what? I'm gonna mess around. Let's do Coach first.
So
Says it all. Says it all.
here's the thing.
Oh God!
I promise See, I would watch it, but this week was really crazy.
Okay, Coach. You know what,
It's
man?
what Coach means.
You're off.
He was arrested.
Look,
Coach
let me put
was
it.
arrested and he spent a week in jail, and he got out and he did doodles and all of that. And then, his probation officer came to visit him when the show aired, so that's why Coach missed it.
Oh my god! Yeah, he was also giving tantric
man.
yoga massage sessions. That it's okay, Coach. But okay, let's then do Dobby this time. What were your thoughts on this episode?
In short, what the fuck?
In a good way or bad way or middle way?
In a what did we just watch way?
Okay,
I mean,
interesting.
It did cause a little bit of a stir that I remember. Yeah, it's more of a question of we knew this was going to happen eventually, but what the fuck did we just watch?
I mean, yeah, it was, this scene, for example, since you bring up what the hell we
It's a
just
strong
watched.
black man and a even stronger white woman.
Yeah, who finds out her black husband probably slept with another black woman while they were still married.
Wow, really?
I don't know. I mean, that's literally
that never happens ever.
People cheat on each other.
Why doesn't she have a black eye?
Oh my
Jesus Christ!
God.
This is what I have to put up with.
Jesus Christ! Really?
Okay.
Yeah, remember, Dragon, the truth is reality based. Oh, your black husband cheated on you. Imagine my shock.
Oh, Lord.
What's more likely, the tide rising and falling, the sun rising or falling, or a black man
God.
cheating on his wife/girlfriend?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look,
Oh God. Well, yeah. I mean, look.
Call
if I'm
me
being
a
honest,
liar, Dragon. I dare you to call me a liar.
but I have, yeah.
So the script here goes, "Hey, honey, yes, token black bald man. Hey, honey, I got something to tell you. I slept with a possible demon. Oh, that's all right, darling. How you doing? Well, my backside hurts. What do you expect? Oh, well, don't worry, you're black, so I can forgive you because I'm a strong white woman."
Oh goodness, yeah. I don't know what's up with. When I saw this scene of her, let me put it this way, and
She looks like a Karen. I mean, she's got like that whole kind of I'm going to call the manager look, and he's standing there going, "Oh my gosh, it's a white woman."
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm just gonna say this. All right, if you're like in your mid-20s and a middle-aged woman walks up to you and caresses your face like this while telling you that you look so No, wait. So if a middle-aged woman walks up to you, caresses your face while in your mid-20s, and says, "Oh my God, you have such an uncanny resemblance to someone who's the mother," and you say, "I don't know," chances are she is married to your baby daddy who probably dumped your mom. Okay, I'm just saying.
And he's
okay?
a basketball player, and he drives a fast car, and his name is I don't know, Billy Ray.
Billy Ray.
Do you want some chicken with that?
Oh my God. But yeah, no. Once I saw this scene, I sort of suspected that something was gonna happen.
He looks like he's got
character.
Iron Man's kind of, the accelerator in his heart. He's like,
Oh yeah, because
he's like, "Don't worry, I'm going to become the next Iron Man because if Sam Wilson can become Captain America, hold our beer, we're going to make
God.
it."
No, yeah, and it's crazy you say that.
I was drinking, man. Don't say that. Sam
What?
Wilson is not Captain America.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there he is. Here we caught the alcoholic. Everybody, we got him.
Look at that smile.
German
He's
alcoholic.
Well, if they can't swim, they might as well fly.
I mean, that is what they do. Oh man, but yeah, no, this whole scene, and then this part right here with Allison, like we all knew this happens. Like there is no chance in hell she sleeps with her personal bodyguard and doesn't get pregnant. So. For all of y'all that are like, I don't know, pro-abortion, like, there you go, I guess. Dude,
was it a personal bodyguard black?
No, it's a white dude.
Oh,
it's Kristen. Yeah, Kristen Cole is her personal
what a
guard.
tragedy.
But now he's the hand of the king. The king that we all know. Well, anyway, Ryan, please tell me what your thoughts were like when you watched the show.
You remember last episode, Dragon, when I said that House of the Dragon was on a uptick, like a U shape.
I remember. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a W shape written by a retard. It's like it's up down.
They
up,
can't
down,
make up
down.
their mind.
Yeah, and it's just it is getting a bit confusing. But as we all know from the House of the Dragon, in regards to it being a book, it's got so little material within it that it has to be fleshed out in a creative way to go from one point to the other, and that's when you're gonna see. That's why you're gonna see all this topsy-turvy, confusing crap, because you've got to get from A to B somewhere. How you do it, that's the way.
Is this when the kid is going to be revealed to being half dragon? Because the bodyguard was obviously a dragon, and they had some pretty wild lizard on human sex.
This is, by the way, a description of the guy from a few minutes ago. Jesus. Okay. Oh no, but. One thing
That's why they
feel like
invented the cesarean method, is because when you give birth to dragons, right?
Yeah.
They can't come out the normal way, so they just do that.
What's up, Coach?
Here,
Actor boy.
This is a great comment. This is the reason why so many actors in these new productions also look slightly hollow with their gaze. Their looks seem always to be like empty and not really filled, because there's no story behind the eyes. So if you have a very weak script, of course it is super difficult, especially if you're shooting in green screen environments where there's basically no contact point for you, right? No pattern recognition. It's really difficult if you have a bad script. Yeah, no cues, nothing to kind of bring up an imaginarium, to have like something play behind your eyes to fill up these looks, and this is all the reason why we see more and more actors being so empty when they have their close-ups, like in terms of what they transmit with their gaze.
Yeah, no, you're right, and yes, Brett is correct. They have no soul all of a sudden, and you can especially notice it in some of the younger actors. Like, I know they're trying really hard to be able to portray their characters, but sometimes they look more clueless than the older actors. And sometimes I feel, I mean, this let me find the frame because of her face, because it was, there we go. So this look right here, right? So she's trying to give this look of an analytical, slightly nervous face or whatever, but you can tell she's confused. Like, she doesn't know how to. She read her script, but she doesn't know how to express it.
Yeah, this is the face that is screaming, "Where the fuck am I? What the fuck is going on? What the hell are we doing?" Because there's nothing physical, there's nothing reality based about that scene.
I mean,
it's a green screen. The background looks like a damn green screen.
It is.
If they had set this up in a bloody castle somewhere, and there are plenty of them, especially in the United Kingdom, they had set this up in a castle somewhere and have it be physical, have it be there, have it be tangible, so that actors can act not only with other actors, but with the setting and the scene.
Practical
you know
like
what you
Peter
say.
Jackson.
I want to mention something, right? So I looked it up. In House of the Dragon, the locations they've been shooting in have been Wales, I think Wales, Portugal, and Spain.
That's why they're so empty in their looks.
Yeah. And England, by the way. Well,
Okay, so
they say
England, Wales, Portugal, and Spain.
And Spain,
That's like me filming a high fantasy show in Australia, New Zealand, fucking Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea. Yes, they're right next. Yes, they're right next to each other, but they couldn't be more different places.
Yes, I think what they did is they used Portugal and Spain to shoot their more tropical oriented scenes, like scenes where like that had more arid environments, or more beach scenes that had brighter tones and such. But like I can tell most of the scenes here, if they weren't shot through a green screen, like the physical scenes, they most likely were shot at Wales in England. Okay, based off the background, I can easily tell that. But yeah, for me, the issue with House of the Dragon has been, and I hope this concern gets addressed somewhat, is yes, they don't seem to want to make up their minds on when they want to start the whole fiasco that ends up being the war. And once they do, the way they show it to you, it feels like it's so random, so to speak, right? Like they could have probably been portrayed in a slightly different manner to make it more dramatic. Like here, for example, right? This part right here, we could have easily, if they had done some better framing and maybe taken out some out of context scenes that were not needed, they could have probably shown this in episode 3 and maybe set it up to, I don't know, the point where the king decides to fly out on his dragon, right? They could have stopped it there, like the battle setup. Then episode 4, maybe do a slightly more extended, more dramatic tension visual of the battle for the small castle that is under garrisoned, right? Because the whole point is that Kristen Cole is...
What kind of...
What? What you notice,
What kind
Coach?
of painting is that?
On
in
where?
the right
you-
corner,
I don't
right
even-
corner, these
I don't
frescoes.
even-
Oh, that is...
I don't even
Kind of
think
stuff.
that's
Oh my!
real.
What are they
Oh
portraying?
my!
on
Never
these-
mind. I just saw, no. That's a
That's
a House of Dragons version of the Kama Sutra. God damn. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, there we
okay.
go.
No, I was
Okay, I'm
just
safe
curious.
now.
Oh my god, it's like
Yeah.
Commodus from the original Gladiator.
Was that? Oh, you know what? Look, let me.
No,
let
I
me
didn't
ask you
catch
this
that. What
question.
did you
Looks like
say?
an
I'm sorry.
emo boy who's bleached his hair in the wrong color. He's like,
Oh.
so emo.
Can you stop pretending to be other people, Darby? It's very disturbing. Yes, we know you're jealous of his hair. You don't have any, and that's me saying that. Can you turn around so we can all see? Darby, just turn your head. Just turn it.
Watch it, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Oh
nice.
man, nice one. But no, I have to say,
Ryan, you
yeah,
want to
so-
see Dobby's back? I see.
I want to see the back of his head because when he did it, it was like completely bare.
That's suspicious. That's suspicious like shit. That's suspicious.
Okay.
I'm
Right.
not
Ryan likes to
taking-
see the back of people's heads. All right.
I'm not taking an insult from a black meme. Can you bring up a white one, please?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Make up your mind.
There you go. Okay.
doesn't
Animated
count.
white per.
I
But
love
no,
your skits, man. I love your skits.
No, but here's the thing, right? So this whole situation in general, I feel like they could have framed it in a better manner in general. I feel like they could have easily filled in the slots for episodes 3 and 4 more efficiently. Maybe cut out some dialogue that, yes, while it would have been nice to have as sort of extra flavor for the characters, may not have been necessary for the overall continuation of the plot. Now, of course, we all know that George Martin was heavily involved in this project, and as it usually happens with a lot of movies or shows produced by a studio with the writer at the center of it, what ends up occurring is the writer wants to flesh out the universe more in the visual manner, and that sometimes can lead to the detriment of both the viewer and the showrunners in terms of costs. Because while it's nice to know that, that this guy liked to publicly shame his brother, I'm quite sure that viewers would have probably gotten the hint from the 5 other times you've shown him do this, and not need to show a scene of a whorehouse, But again, I wish I knew what was running in their minds with that. But for example, the scene.
Also,
here,
can I say
yeah,
something really quick?
go for
What I've noticed also from the skits that we're talking and discussing during the show is what I feel was so cool about Game of Thrones, especially in the first 3 seasons, that some of the crucial dialogue was taking place in unusual places that were out of context for these characters. they were put into a situation where they finally realized stuff about themselves, like in any great hero's journey, where they were not comfortable, not always surrounded by their usual context. And here I always see the characters, activating their storyline, talking about and making all in their usual context, in their usual setting. I don't see them being out of displaced, and that kind of makes things more comfortable to shoot. I get that, but also for the audience, less enticing, because it's always the same play. Yeah, they're gonna always have that, and it kind of lacks also the magic of the hero's journey.
What do you guys think about that? Because I'm curious to hear about it from you two.
Well, I think in order to try and flesh out this show from the source material available to them, they are stretching this show out a bit too much so that they can, flesh it out some more. The problem with that, though, is when you've got little inspiration and you want to stretch out the show for multiple seasons, with that little source material, you've got to make up a lot of things along the way to connect point A to point B and so on and so forth. So that's why, from our perspective, it is very topsy-turvy, up, down, side to side. But at the very least, this show does not completely fuck up your perspective when it comes to, say, setting or time frame, like the Acolyte does in Abundance.
Yes, and one thing,
Rings of Power,
that too. But it's like a quote that George Martin said that, it is very interesting. He said this quote because people were saying, "Oh no, the Targaryen heraldry on the ships in Game of Thrones from season 4 to now it makes no sense, right?" And he said this quote. He says, "The book is the book. The film is the film. They will tell you as if they were saying something profound. Then they make the story their own. They never make it better, though, because 999 times out of 1,000, they make it worse because, guess what? Because they want to make their own story. They want to make what is already there their own." And I can see this happening with the show. However, I will say, whoever the showrunners are, they are very restrained. And I thank them for that. Okay, they're quite restrained because at least I can enjoy something. But I can see little by little that they're trying, like edging their way to see how far they can take it without getting in trouble and affecting profits or streaming.
Oh, these showrunners are way, way better than George Martin, simply because they will finish their story.
That's true. That is true.
That's a good point.
No. Yeah, I wonder when he's gonna finish his.
Hey,
like,
it was recently
years.
it's recently the 13th anniversary of the last book being finished. So best of luck to you, House of the Dragon showrunners. But do be aware that if you finish this, even if it is absolutely shit, even if every cast member drops their trousers and shits in front of the camera, even if that's the ending, it's a better story than what George Martin has created. Why? Because you finished it.
That's wow.
It's a
okay.
story.
Hold on, hold on, Ryan. Hold on. You deserve this. He's right. I mean, with Game of Thrones, like even if he finishes Game of Thrones, no, it's not finished. And even if he does finish it, they're not going to go out of their way to reboot it unless it's been 20 years later, and by then he'll be dead. You know why? Because the guy, I believe, is 78,
and he's still massive. So
yeah,
is he like eating people?
Yeah,
process. How are you that old and that fat?
See, that's the question.
Too much money, too much time.
I guess so, yeah, and too much time spent running around in his little mini
too much
mini
draft
scooter.
dodging. But in all seriousness, folks, Leslye Headland is better than George Martin. Why? Because eventually the Acolyte will have an ending. It will be a story from start to finish, and therefore she will be a better storyteller than George Martin. The greatest stories on planet Earth that don't have an ending are worse than the shittest stories of all time that have a start, middle, and fucking ending.
I don't know. If you read the Salmon of Doubt, the unfinished book by Douglas Adams, because he accidentally died in a gym is still better than 90% of the finished books that are around. Like, you know, it depends. I think it depends. Like, I don't think Acolyte has a story. It's like it can end, it can start. It doesn't matter. It has no story.
It doesn't.
It's basically just filler. It's like she's come up with highly feministic ideas on how to.
It's fan fiction. Let's just call it like that, fan fiction. And one thing that I thought was interesting about the way they framed this episode, right, is so I see the hint of irony when they do these last few minutes of the episode, which is like, oh, she's fleeing. Her dragon is like heavily wounded after the fight with the king, and she knows, and the dragon knows, they're going down together. All right, that's not really a surprise. And then once the whole deed is done, she ends up falling literally, and I don't know why they did this, but she ends up falling literally on the castle that she was supposed to protect. Yeah, just there. And even worse, opens up a hole in the wall, potentially killing half of the people inside anyway.
Who was flying this dragon?
Yes, Ryan, I know. It was a very old woman. And fair enough.
Two things.
Fair.
Like in,
God damn it, Ryan. Oh God, Ryan, you okay? Oh God. What the fuck?
He's just insane, guys. Don't worry.
He's still going.
Nice.
Driving.
No.
I got it.
Oh,
Can
God.
I point out 2 issues really quick that I have right here?
Yeah, go for it.
Two issues with this frame, right? Another thing that in Game of Thrones, when you would see top shots about, top shots of everything, of cities, especially again, like in the first 3-4 seasons. Later, the quality kind of, diminished. But in the beginning, they were truly consistent about how things were built. I believe they built a lot of miniatures first, also to figure out how to kind of replicate that in CGI. And so when you were kind of flying over the cities, the different nations, the different cultures, everything was also from like urbanistic ways, everything was making sense. Like these cities were really making sense. They were really checking out. They had a logic to it. Like this would be a medieval city, or this would be like an Arabic town. All this would kind of make sense in the context of the culture. Now look at this fortress here. This is really sloppy work, in my opinion. Nothing checks out here. You wouldn't build a fortress like that. There is no cultural resemblance. It wouldn't make sense to build it so close to the ridge. It would be constructed like a star fort. It would have different channels. It's rubbish. This is not a good building. And that shows me that there was no miniature of this. There was no like really deep thought about it. Yeah, they kind of drew some sketches, but in the end they went with something like you can see this is a square on a ridge of a cliff that needs also to protect. It doesn't make sense also to build this thing in this way. So there's really no deeper thought, no love to detail, no further investigation and how to make the shot look better. Because even though it doesn't look bad overall, but somehow you kind of capture that there's an inconsistency. Another thing that with with Game of Thrones wouldn't have happened, like especially in the first 3 to 4 seasons.
Okay. When I see this fortress, first thing I thought of was Skyhold from Dragon Age Inquisition. Some parts of it do look quite similar. Of course, Skyhold was built on a mountain, and it has like a very, very long like bridge attachment to go into the hold. But it does bear some similarities. It's simply a convenience place. More than it's a plot convenience, for lack of a better term, than anything practical. That's why there wasn't like a battle for Skyhold in Inquisition like there was for Haven, because it was built to be a setup base for you and for your companions, and an official HQ for your forces.
I mean, yeah, it's basically just an assembly point, so to speak, or a resting point.
It's like if a focus group designed a fortress.
Yes, unfortunately. But no, that's I mean, honestly, the shocking part about this entire episode, which I feel like they could have, I think this episode is like 41 some odd minutes when you take out the credits. Okay, so what the whole thing about this episode, if they had shortened it, was that okay, the king gets killed by the old veteran, and then the old veteran, being heavily wounded, gets taken out by the opportunistic Aemon, who, with his gigantic dragon chonker, kills her dragon.
Woman driver.
You know what's crazy? Aemon's dragon is a female. So there you go. So a big chonker female dragon eats up a female rider's dragon, and that dies in an explosion. So yeah, I just thought I thought that was just ironic.
Did the dragon blow up when it crashed?
Well, in this scene they don't show it, but in the one with the king, it does blow up. Like not like car explosion, but like I guess fire. I guess when it dies, whatever fire's in it just ignites the rest of his body and explodes and spreads it over the forest patch. I think it's what it was.
It's like napalm.
Yeah, it's like napalm in short. Yeah, so I'm trying to find
Someone dies. I know that when someone dies, they void their bowels. So maybe that's what happened with the dragon.
Yeah, it's basically like that in short. Because I think when he goes here to find the king, yeah, you can see it's just a big fire right now. But when he actually goes there, he notices that the whole area surrounding the dragon, including where the king is at, Aegon, is just on fire. So yeah, it's like that, Ryan, except with fire.
It's like if they made a Dragon Age Inquisition movie and you've just slayed the dragon.
Yeah, it's basically that. Except you slayed your brother king I wouldn't say by complete accident, because it was
your brother husband knowing Game of Thrones.
For real, no, dude.
He did the dragon for Gladiator 3.
That's Gladiator 3's plot, just dragons.
Why not? We have sharks and giant rhinos next to dragons.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you make Gladiator 3 and it's just, oh, fuck it, I'll make a Dragon Age movie.
Yeah, it's just Ridley Scott being like, oh, fuck it. You know what? I'm tired of people criticizing me for historical accuracy. I'll just make a fantasy movie. You know what? Let's start from, this time let's start with Dobby. What is your rating for this show? For this episode, sorry.
5 out of 10.
Okay. Got a why, or just gonna?
No, I just feel like being mean.
Okay, cool. Ryan?
I give it a 6. The padding is the problem with this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But the point where it started at and the point where it ended, I think, were the best parts, especially seeing a female crash a dragon. That was fucking hilarious. I was laughing. I was laughing the same way. Oh yeah, I was laughing the same way Kenneth Copeland laughed when Biden won the election.
Yeah, I didn't.
Jesus. And Coach, what are your thoughts on this? I know you didn't get to watch it, but like, what are your thoughts based off what you've heard so far?
Based on what I've heard and also what I'm seeing and discussing with you guys, I have major issues with this product in terms of makeup, in terms of credibility of the characters, in terms of settings. Overall, I think this product is too dark, in my opinion. I always see very dark, very diffused, obfuscated shots. Some of the proportions of the stuff doesn't really check out, in my opinion. There are many inconsistencies, little flaws that I see here and there. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of this. I mean, I will watch the next episode, promise, so we can talk together a bit more profoundly. But so far, I would say it's a 4 on my scale.
Okay, good. And if, say, you were an actor and this is what they showed you, like they said, oh, we want you to play on season 3. Here's a shot of like one of our most dramatic ones, and they showed this scene. Would you be more enticed or less enticed to hop on the project?
Actors are prostitutes. You give us money.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I forgot. Yes,
and that's also the beauty of the thing. You know, I was definitely also considered for woke projects that I despise internally and in my deepest soul. But I would still go there and see how the vibe is, learn from this type of set as well, and make money with it. Sure, I don't have anything, and like, it doesn't mean why I'm constructively or sometimes destructively criticizing it so it gets better. I don't want film industry to disappear for good. I want it just to kind of, come back to its roots and its all and its spirit. So therefore I would accept also woke projects so I could insert my quality into it. But yes, I said no to really like bigger sums of money because I was not believing the project. It really didn't want to do it. And so there were things I said no to, but generally actors are prostitutes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, and with that, for me at least, the rating for this one, I'll give it a 5.5. Honestly, like, yeah, the shocking element was interesting, and as usual, my complaints are about the same as Ryan's. Like, I'm just getting tired of this excessive padding. Like, just start getting to the point already. I know you want to adapt the book as faithfully as possible, but again, Peter Jackson was able.
They want another Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it just doesn't have the material. Great example.
Yeah.
To compare is between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They want another Lord of the Rings, but there's not enough material.
Yeah, that's basically it. And
that's crazy if you think about it.
Like
initially, right? Peter Jackson had just one movie in mind, and then they told him, "No, you have to do 3.
You have to make 3."
And then with Hobbit, it was so clear Hobbit could just be one movie easily. Or
they originally wanted to make like 2. Coach, the plan was for it to be 2. Yeah, but that was with Guillermo del Toro in the helm, and then he left because he left for Pacific Rim because he got tired of waiting for the go ahead. I know, what a fucking decision.
I'm not sure that's the real reason, though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was. He was just tired of waiting. But gentlemen, now we're gonna actually talk about something very, I guess not inflammatory, but just kind of random in the sense that it just popped into the scene lately, and that is this Gladiator II trailer. What do you guys think about it while you saw it? I am going to pull it up in the screen here. Go ahead, Ryan.
Exploring Gladiator II. Gladiator for a modern audience.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
All it is.
It really is.
I think Ridley Scott's been playing World of Warcraft because that was definitely a rhino mount.
That was really one.
And then what in the fuck did we have to have sharks? Sharknado Part 10. Sharks in the Colosseum.
No, it's kind of ridiculous when you think about it.
We've got a black man in there, so that's fine. Our gladiators were all white, so they're going to get killed, obviously. Pedro Pascal's back. Yay.
Okay, Coach, what's your thoughts about it?
This inflationary use of right.
No, I was gonna say I thought you were gonna say like you didn't watch it, so I'm gonna pop it up on the window.
No, I watched it several times.
You did? Holy shit! Okay, I'm sorry.
So when's Gladiator 3 gonna come out? 2048?
Probably, yeah. It's gonna be set 20 or 30 years later.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have dragons. And we're going to have fucking robots in the Colosseum. And they're going to come together and form a mecha sword.
Who the fuck can defend this? I'm sorry for interrupting, Coach, but who the fuck can defend this project that no one was expecting, no one was demanding?
No one wanted it.
Exactly. So who's defending this? It's
a vanity project. Maybe the network has still a couple of movies that Ridley owes that he needs to deliver, and so he did this. No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I love Ridley Scott, man. It was.
Lord, that was a little bit too.
You gotta go down. Yeah.
No, it was the zooming because I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I zoomed in too much. But this is the
Dragon,
top comment.
I just want to say I need to leave in 2 minutes. So.
God damn it, Coach. Well, what do you think about trailer? Give me a rating, and I'll let you go.
I wrote you. I didn't like the trailer that much. It's solid Netflix type of action entertainment look that might work well on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. It's not something that I would imagine to be completely keen on watching in a theater and just running to the next movie theater. Even though, like I said, I love Ridley Scott, but I don't see this thing to be like really like an honest, like a really passionate project. You know, when Ridley puts a lot of passion and a lot of love, he has an incredible crew, wonderful people he works with. He's working with the same crew for decades now, and it's like an extended family. And when he's really passionate, really like throws his best minds behind the project, then he's still able to pull off, even though he had some flops in the past, but I believe he's still able to pull off like great movies, but this doesn't look like one.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean,
and
based
I need
off
to go,
of the
unfortunately, as well, because I have to prepare the massage bed.
Oh, well, before you go prepare the massage bed, Coach, could you please let everyone know where we can find you?
Sure. So if you guys, love to be, artists, actors, creators, performers, or if you are already and you want to step up your game, or you're coming from a completely different field and you love to explore, new elements of yourself and also of a craft that is truly unique and wonderful and will help you in so many ways to be more creative, more explorative, more authentic, more impactful, and to kind of deliver your message in an even clearer way and deliver it and communicating your ideas in a remarkable manner, then just come over to the Coach MC studio, where we share all the tools that I myself gathered in 35 years of industry experience to kind of help you to step up your game, to become a more prolific and also professional communicator, actor, artist, and kind of set your foot into this industry and have fun exploring your creative boundaries and offering something else than this crap that we have to endure every week. And so definitely come over. We have 3 times a week, 3 shows dedicated to the past, to the future, and to the present. And with these 2 fine gentlemen, we usually meet up on Tuesdays for 3 stages in a time machine, where we find the mystery of our history. A very compelling task to explore. This is what we do in a comedic, sometimes funny way, but also very accurate with a lot of research. So definitely come over, join the channel, have fun, become a better artist, and join the madness. See you there.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much for being with us, man, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, man.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
So
All right.
This trailer was
yes.
Guess what? We're going to start with telling you, I remember the day. Dude, it was only 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's, by the way, I can actually show up to 15 seconds, surprisingly, of this trailer. So let me just show off how this actually begins. Yeah. So let me just put it. Yes, sharks. And we'll get the sharks. Hold on, Doppy. We'll get the fucking sharks.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against.
Yeah, so basically they're like, oh yeah, you guys remember Russell Crowe and Gladiator? Yeah. Well, we're the sequel. That's basically what it is.
Remember that great film from 24 years ago?
Yeah, right. It's got a sequel now, and we're giving it the Fast and Furious kick to it. We're gonna turn this into a blockbuster. Or when originally it was to tell you a story, right? And that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
Yeah, you
Wait,
did.
then why the fuck?
He's meant to be the kid, and his
he
mom.
is, yeah.
Oh.
So wait, so she just. So are you telling me she just adopted a slave boy to be her son, even though in Roman society that was like, especially in her position?
It's like they forgot the fucking script of the first fucking movie, because he has a wife and kid. That's why he comes back for revenge, because his wife and his kid don't recognize him.
Yeah.
Until he unmasks himself and goes, I am Maximus, father of... Well, you know the rest of that.
Yeah.
But this shit is like, oh yeah, I don't remember I had a dad. Oh, I don't remember having a mum, except for the fact that he was seated next to her through the entire fucking movie.
Oh, goodness. No, you're right. And, I know, Dobby. I know. It's just like...
Hey, but Dobby, not everyone agrees. I mean, there are some people out there who are saying that both sides of this Gladiator 2 situation are equally fucked up. And I just think of that mindset and I'm thinking,
that's a lot of
what the fuck? This film is not necessary. Therefore, it should not exist. I don't care if it's the greatest film ever made this century. It's not necessary.
I'm waiting for Amanda Stenberg to be co-starred in it so she can do her, the
Miss No Tits and No Ass.
No ass. I remember that. Oh, and Brett, you're right. It's this is what annoys me about current day Hollywood trailers. Okay, they just like to reveal everything in the plot just right off the bat, but they do it in such a disordered manner that they think they're tricking you into going to see the film because you would need to watch the complete thing in order to get why they revealed everything in the trailer. But in actuality, that's not how human beings work. If you tell a human being the whole plot of your story, they're not gonna go watch your damn movie. So what's the plan here?
The plan is to kill the plan is to kill a franchise, Dragon.
What franchise? I thought Gladiator was supposed to be just like its own standalone passion project film.
And everybody either dies in the end or has an unhappy ending. But don't worry, Russell Crowe got killed, so fine.
It was supposed to be a historical drama. That's all it was. A passion project of a historical drama set in the years of the last emperor of like the golden age of Rome, Commodus. Okay? Yes, they messed up a lot of historical accuracy. Oh well. But it was a good film if we look at it as a film. Okay, good drama, historical drama. But what? I still don't get it. But you know what? Let's just see what else they got to offer.
Did you hear that crowd?
No, we couldn't hear the crowd roaring.
Rome ever built.
Yeah. So hold on. So yes, Denzel is in this, and one thing you need to know about Denzel, which, Lord, this fucking trailer is like off by a second or some frame like that. Well, either way, Denzel, I'll find another image of Denzel. So the reason why Denzel is even in this film,
he needs money.
Well, yes, but God damn it. Well, Denzel in this movie is apparently, from what I've noticed in the trailer, they're making him out to be a senator. Now,
that would not work in Roman history because
you would have to be of wealth, yes, and noble lineage.
Senator Blackface.
Like, guys, look, I'm sorry to say this. Like, for those of you that may watch this or the replay and be like, oh, you guys are just being a bunch of fucking racists. No,
so
we're not.
What?
No, let me tell you what.
Seriously,
wait.
Dragon, in this day and age, in 2024, being called a racist in 2024 is a compliment.
That's true.
Okay.
Jesus. But no, here's the thing, right? So this entire... Oh, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh,
Dobby,
man.
no roots.
No. So, no, the reason I'm saying that, Brett, is because I gotta look up the scene. It's like near the end. It's where he's making all these decisions. Like, there's literally they show the Roman Senate.
So that's how the Roman Empire fell. They gave it to a black man.
They diversity hires, man. God damn it.
I wish that was really how it collapsed, but it didn't.
No, it was worse. But Lord Almighty, what is?
Yeah, they let a woman run it.
No, so yeah, he's actually depicted in the trailer. It's like a very short frame where it shows like the Senate voting, and you can see him raise the first hand. It's very quick frame. It's like I'm trying to find it to show it to you guys, but he's basically supposed to be a senator of Rome, I guess, that's trying to like gain control back because he was a former slave. But as we were saying, okay, in ancient Roman society, that would have been impossible because the Romans were literal purists in the sense of like lineage. They were obsessed with that shit. That's why their emperors wanted to connect themselves to gods in order to claim that they are god emperors.
Plus,
believe it or not.
black people weren't around Europe or North Africa or the Middle East during this period, folks. And just to make it clear, I personally think that Ridley Scott is the Joe Biden of filmmaking.
There,
and
see?
he has
Right there.
and he has gone completely off a cliff, just like Joe Biden has. This film is mental. It's absolutely mental.
You know what's crazy? The fall of Rome is not even related to any of this, because believe it or not, diversity was the only reason why, like real diversity, not the bullshit of today, like real diversity. Rome, the reason it expanded so much and was able to outlast so many other empires in length is because they literally took control of people, and they literally said, hey, you guys, your government, however you were running it, go on ahead. All you got to do is pay us taxes, okay, in tribute, and you can keep your own law systems. You've got to follow these few federal rules, and that's it. And that's how they prospered. And believe it or not, they became a strong military power. That is historical fact. That is not fiction.
Well,
and yet they don't want to show that.
I'll tell you another historical fact, Dragon. The reason why the Roman Empire collapsed and the East survived while the West literally turned into petty kingdoms was because of the open borders mindset, accepting foreigners into the military, and allowing second-rate people by Roman standards
internal power structures, internal powers disputes
to govern their own affairs. That's how Aldrich, who was Germanic, but he was educated under the Roman system. That's how he gathered all the Germanic peoples under him to ransack Rome and destroy the empire from the West. This is why you don't let foreigners have a fucking presence in your domain. Why? Because they will destroy your empire or your nation. Rome is a great example of that. That's why the Eastern Roman Empire, which fled to Constantinople, had a Greco-Roman core, and that's how it survived far longer. And it was ultimately destroyed, not because of infiltration, like the Western Roman Empire, but because of invasion, constant invasion by sand people.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, just constant invasions, and also the fact that for the Christian European powers kept backstabbing them constantly and taking their land. It was a twofold take.
That's why we have Orthodox Christianity, folks.
It's because of them.
To do a coach-like tangent, because because when the Byzantine Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire collapsed, their nobility fled to what is now considered Russia. The Duchy of Moscow was founded by the remnants of the Eastern Roman Empire. That's why Orthodox Christianity is so strong, and that is why there are those who believe that Moscow is the ultimate successor to Rome through Constantinople.
Okay.
So there you go.
And by the way, for you guys that are sort of curious as to who these two are,
why the fuck are they plated in gold?
That's a Ridley. Okay, so that's a Ridley Scott thing. Ryan,
look, it's Prince Harry.
I don't know why. Ridley Scott is very, very, very obsessed with like depicting like the Roman emperors and the important generals in like this very excessively extravagant garb, which, let me put it this way, yes, it's true that there were Roman emperors and generals that were very extravagant in how they dressed, but for a gladiatorial game, I highly doubt they would be dressed like this. They would be mostly dressed for like ceremonial purposes, like crownings or very important events, not this.
Normally.
Yeah, exactly. And also, these two brothers are called these
William and Harry.
In our modern text, yes, but in back in the day, they were called Caracalla and Geta. So basically, these were two brothers that
Geta.
But no, yeah. So basically, these two ruled for a year, and the only reason they ruled for a year is because their father, who was the last emperor of the period of the 5 emperors, where they were constantly killing each other after Commodus died, basically, the father of these two died, and before the father died, he made the older one here his co-emperor, the one on the left, and then the one on the right sort of became co-ruler of the older brother eventually. But they only ruled for 1 year, and then mysteriously one of them got assassinated. And of course, it's like the theory that it maybe was the brother, because right after that happened, the brother ordered all records of the smaller one to be expunged, and that meant assassinating thousands of people who knew the guy. I know, very excessive, but very Roman of them. But they are real characters. Pedro Pascal's character, totally fictional, just like Lucius, which is Paul Mescal. So basically our main character here. Okay. Both of them are extremely fictional. Most likely Denzel Washington's character is fictional because the Roman Senate, once again, would not have let a former slave, a free slave, become a senator. That just did not work. The senators were all descended from literal noble lineage. Like, they background checked them to make sure that they came from a noble lineage family. You could not be a Roman senator unless you had that.
Fuck me, even Rome had background checks and it still
They
collapsed.
did. I mean, look at this. Look, it's true that in the Colosseums...
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so in the Colosseums...
That's like filling up Wembley Stadium with swimming pools.
I know, but in history, yes, the largest stadiums were able to fill them up with water, yes, in order to create
Dragon, if you hear very, very closely, Darby is trying to eat one of his dogs.
Yes, that's why he's not on camera. But one thing I found funny about this trailer, right, is that people were protesting about the last part of it, which I can only play a few seconds because I don't want to get copyrighted by a stupid JC song. Okay, let me just... Here we go.
Oh, please don't go crazy.
So, this whole thing, what annoys me about it, okay, is that the main reason why this trailer is at a ratio of, and if you can't see it, don't worry, I'll tell you, we got 143,000 likes against 324,000 dislikes, which, I mean, it's most of it is driven by like the whole JC song pick that they did a while ago. And
yeah, that's the least of this project's problems. Folks.
Well, for the common folk, that is the main reason.
Obviously, are you not entertained? Not anymore.
Are you not entertained? Yeah, I know. But the comments, I think, are gold. Okay, it's this guy. This is the top comment. The producers, we got Denzel. He spelled Denzel wrong. Let's throw a rap song in there to emphasize the Roman Empire. Then this part got me. He says, when the rap starts playing, I thought Vin Diesel was going to show up in his B8 in the arena. It's like Rings of Power all over again. It's just
like
mockery.
If Joe Biden made a film. That's what this is. Ridley Scott is the Joe Biden of filmmaking. Yes, he did do a decent job in his peak, but especially recently, it's going downhill. Okay,
it really is. And
I said this when Coach wasn't here because Coach has worked with Ridley Scott in the past.
Oh. And look, let me ask you guys. So just for me, just be really quick. This trailer by itself, it doesn't really get me that excited for the movie, which is what the whole point of trailers are about. It mostly just makes me curious as to what the hell are they trying to do here? Because again, you could have named it something completely different and taken out the connection to the original Gladiator, and I'm quite sure this thing would not have been as much of a controversial topic as it became. And
ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. That's basically what Ridley Scott has done here. And Dobby, don't worry. All of your hard work will pay off because look at Dragonslayer statistics. 1,400 views in a year. And he's got 1,200 subs.
That's ours.
Dobby.
That's ours.
Dobby, Dobby, you're gonna beat him. 1,400 views in a year. Dobby, have you gotten more than 77 views in 48 hours?
Oh Lord, Jesus Christ, you bastard! But no, what are your ratings if you have one, or just your thoughts on the trailer as a whole? Like just final thoughts.
It was dumb as hell, and I'm not sure why nobody wanted this movie. Nobody asked for this movie. Once again, this is Hollywood studios thinking that they know what fans want when they don't know what fans want. So once again, we just have a project that got greenlit that nobody called for.
All right, Ryan.
Well, I personally think, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just going to check my volume, turn it up slightly. I personally think Vice President Trump and President Putin work together to ensure that, what are you doing? And in regards to this particular project, I'm going to come in the overflow room and, I'm going to come in the overflow room. This project is completely unnecessary, folks. The reason I'm making these random statements is that I'm picturing myself being Ridley Scott making this project.
You know what I think. The reaction was for most people. And you know what, Ryan? Thank you for reminding me of this wonderful man, because I think both President Putin Zelensky and Trump Harris will definitely agree with this. What a goddamn shame.
That was the laugh I was doing, folks.
Yeah, I think at this point we really need to increase our standards for better filmmaking. We really need to stop some of these actors and filmmakers and production studios from making ridiculously bad, overhyped manure. Let's be honest. It's just pure manure.
Let's just not make films anymore.
No, make good films.
No. Actually, Dragon, I will. Oh God, I used that term. What? Actually, Dragon, let's just not make films. Let's not make any other film ever, because no film is better than a bad film. As Dobby is restraining the dog he's going to eat after the show. Let's just not make films ever again.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I feel like that. I won't lie. I feel like, man, why you guys keep making this crap, wasting all this money when I literally watched some movie from Netflix that costs maybe a quarter of your
Dobby,
budget.
what are you doing to those dogs?
I'm being surrounded by 6 women at the minute.
Why? Look at his hands and his arms.
Yes, I can see. Oh, no, wait, no, I see a dog head. Wait, never mind. I saw a dog for a second. Well, in that case... Oh, I think we've had quite a good Tangent King podcast. Dobby, you that dog. Oh, see, there we go. Got all sus, and now he backed off. Of course he did.
He hit himself because he's having some dog on dog.
What the fuck? No.
Jesus God,
Dobby,
damn it, Ryan.
Can you put your hands?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Dobby, put your hands where we can see them. Okay?
Well, there they are.
Keep them there.
Nope, too late. Now it's sus again. Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. You know what?
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
All right. Well, guys, for real, everyone in chat, it's been a very good Tangent King podcast. A lot of fun that we had right now shitting on the Acolyte. We were able to stop ourselves from going way too much of a tangent on the Acolyte. And hey, we got Coach in earlier before his tantric yoga sex class. And you know what? I think at this point, we really need to give everyone here, okay, including yourselves, give yourselves a round of applause because y'all have been one. I saw that bastard. But now let's actually start off with the outros here. Ryan, where can we find you, buddy?
Well, you can check me out over at Ryan Roger Athe. I am the host and founder of Reality Based. Haven't made any videos today, but our viewership is on par with like a standard day of making 5 to 6 videos. So what the fuck? What the fuck do I know, ladies and gentlemen? But yeah, we have gained a bit more support for today. I will be on Rogue Entertainment at 11 p.m. UK time. And I'll also be on Saturday Night Hypnosis at 1 a.m. UK time with Dragonslayer and Coach. Don't know if there's a guest. Did recommend one, but was obviously ignored because no one over there listens to what I have to say for some reason. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have a great 99th episode, and then we can have the 100 episode milestone next week, and then the 2-year anniversary of the show in 5 episodes time with the 104th. So yeah.
All right, Dobby.
Yeah, you can find me over on my channel. Links in the description below. I might be making videos today depending on how I'm doing. And then you can probably check me out on WTF Live tomorrow, Sunday. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to everyone here. And yeah.
Shut up, you fucking dog. You're going to be breakfast soon.
Well,
I will finish Dobby's outro. Go and check out Hunter Rev Ravenwolf. Links are in the description down below. If Dragon has made them work properly, that is.
They work this time, I checked.
Good. Please go and support Dobby. He does have cancer. I'm not fucking joking, Dragon. I never have been. Dobby has cancer. Give him some pity subs before he dies.
No, please.
Pity sub, please.
Oh my god.
He has cancer.
Oh my god. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. You guys have been awesome. And you know what? I'll see you guys in the next Tangent King podcast. Due to some reasons out of my fucking control, I got dragged into a goddamn party, so I may not even be able to make it.
Party.
Definitely not a sex party. I fucking wish, but no. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it a SNH, most likely. I mean, if I can, I'll try, but that sounds very unlikely considering the type of guests coming.
Who is the fucking guest? I don't know.
I know. No, I don't even know who's the guest. I mean, either way, everyone, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And you know what? I'll see you guys on the next Tangent King podcast. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Stay healthy. And Namaria.
And now for something completely different.
What are stories but mystery boxes? There's a...
What a load of shit.
You wanna play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Say hello to my little friend!
Damn!
Oh, no, I ain't messing with you. Oh, no.
Until next time, I'm a British person. Good night.
What? You want more?
It's okay. We know.